Hello everyone. I hope this will be a quick one because I just walked into the workshop. I'd come to pick something. I really didn't. I hadn't come to work, but I've been told to at least very quickly try to look at this BMW 2002. I think BMW X5. It has a common rail diesel engine. I think 3 liter. The main complaint by the client, one is related to the lock. You can see the driver's side door has been partially disassembled. But the other complaint that I'm going to have to look at very quickly because the other guys couldn't figure out what the problem with this is, because the complaint is intermittent loss of power. It just happens when the client is driving, and these guys here, two of them at the workshop, they've been driving the vehicle, they didn't see the problem, and so I've been told to have a look at it. So very quickly I'm going to go into diagnostics, European BMW, automatic selection. I want to see if it can read, automatically identify the vehicle. Key is in the on position. Yes, it has identified the vehicle, which is good so far. Okay, so it is a 2002. This vehicle was built in January 2002. 3-liter M57 engine. It's an X5 model. Nice vehicle actually. The interior is very nice, all leather, all round. I like the interior at least. Oh, what is this? Turn the ignition off for 10 seconds, and I have ding that, and the seat actually moved a little bit, and the steering, I think. Are you guys counting? Is that 10 seconds yet? I think that's 10 seconds. Key on again in the ignition. The check engine and all those other lamps are on. They're a bit dim though. I don't like that, but they are on. So we say okay. No, this is doesn't have a 20 pin. It has a 16 pin DLC, which is here. So I want to go into diagnosis, auto scan. I want to see the big picture with this vehicle. I want to look at all modules. See what the engine control module has 2 faults already. The transmission doesn't have any. ABS module had 3. That's interesting. Intermittent low power. ABS dynamic stability control. If it has problems, it could do that. It could tell the engine to computer to cut power, as in activating traction control. Instrument cluster has 4 faults. Ride control had 3. Steering angle sensor has none. I really need to leave this place. I have some other appointments I need to keep. I'm not giving this more than 10 minutes. Oh, what's that dinging? I think it was caused by that module. One fault, a light check module. It's really difficult to come across a German vehicle, especially Mercedes, that doesn't have a single fault code in it. I'm yet to come across one. I wonder how many this is going to end up with, because we have park distance control, radio, steering column memory, park heating. I wonder what that is, has faults. Okay, so it went through all of them. That's 18 of them that it could identify on the vehicle that responded. So I want to see what the faults are in each module, beginning with the engine control module. The faults are not present at the moment, so they happened and their history codes. So it had issues with the glow plug system and the EGR system, but they are good now apparently. So the engine control module itself doesn't seem to have present faults. So, and what about the traction control? Steering angle sensor data implausible. Wheel speed sensor front right. Rotation rate sensor plausibility. Now this is beginning to smell to me. I'm going to have to go into the ABS module to have a look at the data, but it's already appearing to me now. I don't know the DTC status. It is not showing it. I don't know whether these problems are still present, but I remember the steering angle sensor didn't have a fault of its own. So that alone makes me start thinking about CAN communication issues. So instrument cluster is complaining about tank sensor level gauges. The gauges seem to the gauge seems to work fine. So is that intermittent? But that even then that wouldn't be cause the issue of low power. EGS signal line disturbed. We are talking more about we are looking more at CAN network, potentially CAN network issues. Ride level sensor left, blah 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 blah. This is for ride level, right height control. Then the light check module has a lamp. The lamp, it is complaining about the lamp for thermal oil level sensor. I'll see that when I run the engine to see if that remains on, the oil warning light. Park distance control, converter, rear right center, blah blah blah. All those I think they're not related to low power issues. So I want to go into no. I want to go into the ABS module. Can confirm the codes again. I'm sure they're not going to change. They are what we saw. Okay. Have a look at no information. I wanted to have a look at the freeze frame data to know when these codes set, what were the conditions like. Anyway, seems I won't get that, so I will go into live data. It says steering angle sensor. Let's go back again. Steering angle sensor and ABS sensor for the front right, and rotation rate sensor plausibility. Rotation rate sensor for what in the ABS? Anyway, let me go into live data, check those. steering angle. I'm going to run the engine. Let me begin with those. Brake pressure is 1 bar. I'm going to step on the brake. That went to 28 bar. That's me on the brake, off. And back here we have 0 bar. Now look at the steering angle sensor reading. I'm turning the wheel, and that figure is changing, as you can see.
Sorry, there's having a funny sound.
Sorry about that. I was interrupted by Mario. So I want to uncheck those and go after the steering angle sensor and the rotation rate and graph them. So I'm going to touch the steering wheel. Those figures should change at least. One is for the rate of change, the other is for the actual angle. So the steering angle sensor, according to the ABS module, seems to work fine. And I bet you even the why am I betting? Let me go and check them out. The wheel speed sensors for the front. Oh, I need to lock the door because I need to move the vehicle. Oh. Okay, let's look at those, the green and blue. Okay, we are in D. Parking brake is down. And we do see readings on all of them except the green one, which is the front right. So yeah, the front right speed sensor is not working. I'm going to reverse. Right, okay. We have a bad wheel speed sensor on the front right wheel. Would that cause traction control issues? I'm not sure. But what I want to do now, before I leave, we certainly need to deal with this sensor first. Put a good sensor on the vehicle. I want to go into the data for the engine control module and see if it does have any data from the steering angle sensor. Brake switch is active. I've just taken my foot off, foot back on the brake pedal, off. I wonder if I will see anything to do with the steering angle sensor. Nothing. I can't find anything in the data for the engine control module. None there. Engine operating data, I don't think I would find anything useful relating to the ABS module. Nah. Yeah, so I think we should begin with getting a good or checking the circuit for the steering, the front right ABS sensor, and then if it I think Derek will do that, will handle that. If it turns out to be a bad sensor, have that replaced. So we deal with that problem first, because it is occurring all the time. And then if the problem continues, then we are looking at CAN network gremlins between the engine control module and the ABS module, or the ABS module incorrectly triggering the engine control module to cut power. Something along those lines. So first things first, we need to check out the front right ABS sensor circuit.